I don't think there is any government that has killed its people more than the Ruto government in history of Kenya. Kok onego ji of stress to jibedo abducted to kunwanku modhiye.
In a quiet funeral ceremony in Kisumu County, one man stood before hundreds and spoke what many only whisper: Kenya's leadership has failed. This is the story of Bishop Charles Ong'injo and the sermon that may go down in history.
High cost of living, but our people have been hoodwinked, and anyway they are singing songs that we don't understand. Dongenewa winyo Ruto no mayo Raila kura. Koze mache ni wuondo wawuona no komayo Raila kura. No, let us speak the truth. Then we have been cheated. A state funeral
At ACK St. Stephen's Cathedral, Maseno South Diocese, Bishop Ong'injo didn't hold back. His voice thundered through the cathedral as he declared, "This regime is the worst we've ever had. They kill, they steal, they lie, and they do it in the name of the people."
When you die and you are given a state funeral, now everybody follows you because somebody has been given a state what? We have a hungry government that is looking for any means of income so that they can fill their pockets. If you cannot pay people who have genuinely worked, and then you are running with the choppers that you are doing empowerment my foot.
He didn't stop there. The bishop named names, policies, and scandals, calling out the systematic looting of public funds and the disappearances of critics. They abduct young people in the night. He said, "Where are our sons? Where is justice?" A direct challenge to the wave of enforced disappearances under Ruto's watch.
Yule mtu wa Soprano, leo ako siji wapi, the next day ako somewhere because he's doing what? Anafanya nini? What kind of empowerment are you doing when genuine workers cannot be paid what legally belongs to them? We are in a sick nation. A very sick nation.
From fake fertilizer to ghost hustler fund loans, the bishop accused the regime of stealing more in 2 years than previous governments combined. A hustler fund? Empowerment? He mocked. It is a slush fund for rogue members of parliament and governors to buy loyalty and silence.
You know, when you look at human beings, all of them look noble, isn't it? Until you start scrutinizing tabia zao, is when you realize that the person who is looking noble is not noble. Where are we headed to? Where are we headed to? Because the Bible says here that those who would be reckoned as righteous are those people who are taking care of the needy in the society.
Just 72 hours before, President William Ruto sat with Al Jazeera's Mehdi Hassan defending his record. There are no abductions in Kenya. These are isolated incidents blown out of proportion. He dismissed corruption allegations as political propaganda and claimed youth programs were transforming lives.
You didn't leave it to the police force, did you? You got directly involved. You told at one point police to shoot protesters in the legs. Surely live fire is not something that should be used in protests. Do you regret those comments?
I don't regret those comments at all, because the law allows the police to use force when other people's lives are in danger.
Surely there are ways of doing that without using live ammunition.
That is according to you. I think the police know what they need to do. And the police, by the way, understand that it is within their purview. That is why when I came into office, I ensured that the police was independent. The police carried out their responsibilities independently.
Well, you say independent, you're telling the police to shoot protesters in the legs. That sounds like you're ordering the police.
No, there is nowhere in the law that allows me to order the police.
Two voices, two Kenyans, one in a cathedral, one in a studio, but only one told the truth as the streets see it. Moi had Goldenberg, Kibaki had Anglo-Leasing, but Ong'injo says Ruto's era combines the worst of both with added brutality.
Those protests in June spread, met with a most violent crackdown, 65 people died in the clashes. Was that mishandled?
There are many aspects of that protest. There are people who genuinely are there to express their opinions, different opinions, but there are also criminal elements. People who come to burn down buildings, destroy property, steal from all manner of places.
The other thing the protesters talk about is what human rights groups call enforced disappearances. 2024, it's reported more than 80 people, critics of the government, disappeared. You've got them?
I can tell you, none of those people. I have told them. I have told people who claim that so-and-so has disappeared to step forward and tell the country who are these, when were they abducted, and many of the stories that you hear are people who when you tell them to come out, they don't. They just want to make general statements. And I'm telling you, we are coming from a dangerous background where, forget about people disappearing, where bodies were recovered from all manner of places in the past. Today, there are no incidences of Kenyans that are executed. I committed to the country that I would stop it, and I did.
From the second liberation to #reject finance bill, when politicians fail, the pulpit speaks. Kisumu erupted in support. #Ong'injo speaks truth trended for 48 hours. Even Ruto's allies stayed silent.
But the Bible is saying that those on the left, he will tell them, the right ndio ataanza nayo. He will tell them, come, you that are blessed by my Father. When somebody says, nijo luotinde ko odonje sirikal mane poko donjo guy, and there are only 2 cabinet ministers in Luoland. To kinemorone gina uchiel. Maybe some of you are not born. Yet our people are still suffering. Suffering over things that they could get solutions over. There was a time it was all said that the Luos are very cheap people. Now what ninyi ugu pesa di? You remember this history, isn't it? By that time ninyi ugu pesa di? Has your price gone higher now, or you are still just cheap as you were that time?
Will the president address the bishop, or will this be another voice silenced? Bishop Ong'injo didn't just preach, he issued a national wake-up call. The question is, will Kenya listen?
Na dereva akiwa shetani. Mwisho wake.
For Maisha TV, I'm William Juma.